All right. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakodash. We want to give double honors to our apostle and elders, Great Millstone, who teach very well. Where we learn this truth from, and citation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And we the brothers here from the GMS Birmingham camp. I'm the brother Raheem, and with me.
This is brother Yahweh.
Yeah, and today, just basically getting on the hatred that Esau have been showing towards us. You know, for lack of better words, for years and centuries, Jake have been under that mindset of loving their oppressor. And this not no thing that just happened all of a sudden. No, this is a psychological thing that this devil used throughout generations to have that mental hold upon our people. And it's not no coincidence you going to Jake. He's downtrodden. No, guy probably living in projects. He going through problems and things like that. And you come to him with the solution saying, yeah, the reason why you're going through this, it goes back into the Edomites. You break down the scriptures to him. And the reason why he rejected, because he was already sealed, for the lack of better words, he was already sealed to not listen. Roughly paraphrasing, the Lord had blocked him off from that tree in the Garden of Eden, Now, real quick, Baba Kushal, you could read like the first two paragraphs, starting off with that book key, because we have information about the 30 best Willie Lynch quotes, which affects our people even to this very day, But you got it, bro. Salakia. You got you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I heard everything said. So starting at the top, it says Willie Lynch letter, The Making of a Slave, book introduction. It says the Willie Lynch letter, The Making of a Slave, is a controversial document that allegedly outlines a strategy for controlling and subjugating African slaves in the American colonies. Although the authenticity of the letter is widely debated, it has had a significant impact on decisions of race, slavery, and power dynamics.
Yes, because people saying, yeah, it might be true, it might not be true. Well, why in the hell do they affect us today?
God.
You got a lot.
It says the letter is said to have been written by a British slave owner named Willie Lynch in the 1712, in the year 1712. Supposedly, Lynch presented his plans to slave owners in Virginia to ensure the longevity and profitability of slavery.
And again, that shows you that Esau never wanted you to be free, for lack of better words, because even when you go into the what is called a proclamation, for lack of better words, you go into what it is.
I know one of them is the proclamation of declaration of proclamation, some to that effect.
Yeah, I think this declaration, a proclamation, but ultimately, what it really goes back into is just it's basically a fancy word of the trading the slave owners. Instead of you being under the ownership of the local U.S. government, now you're the ownership of the higher ups, the elites. Because even I think after this time, you're going a little time forward. That's when these devils start pushing forth what is called Social Security cards, man. Which really that's like a stamp to show that you're owned by the elites. But you got it, bro.
God, I was looking up that the Emancipation Proclamation. That's it.
Yeah. Because I think when you emancipate, the Emancipation Proclamation, ultimately it goes back into the transferring of slaves. And it's the spirit too. They got somebody over up from Europe to show how to control and rule Jake, showing you that there was no coincidence. The Willie Lynch letter wasn't just off the fly. No, these devils actually did time and research to see how to control our people. Because Esau's heart is deep, man. Matter of fact, you can get that real quick. I think that's the book of Psalms, the 64th chapter. The heart of every one of them is deep. Because again, these devils actually use these things These ways of putting slave against slave, dark skin and light skin. He used these things in order to divide our people. And we already know it's a such thing called divide and conquer, you know. But Baba Kushal, you can get
Kind,
that Psalms 50, 64 and
kind,
start at verse 4.
kind. Start at verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Kind. This is Psalm 64 and verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Now we know that Esau shooting at the perfect is talking about Israel, man. Esau don't shoot at Ishmael, Ham, or these other nations, or put hell on these other nations like he do the nation of Yasharala. Perfect example, Planned Parenthood. You don't see that, in these white neighborhoods. But you got it, bro.
That's it. It says verse 5, they
Mm-hmm.
encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Yep.
They commune of lying snares privately.
Mm-hmm.
They say, who shall see them?
Right there, it says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. And that's what this British slave owner, better known as Willie Lynch, and that's probably an alias, you know what I'm saying? Probably was a Rothschild or a Rockefeller. But at the same time, it says they encourage themselves in the evil manner. You doing these things, putting slave against slave, that's a part of you encouraging the separation of families, man. You know?
That's it.
And it says, they lying snares privily, they say, who shall see them? Because these devils, what they've been doing for years, they try to cover up their tracks. But through the spirit of the internet, the World Wide Web, it exposed this devil, man. All the lies you told about Christopher Columbus, all the lies you told about you loving us, is now being made manifest that you've been the devil, man. You got it, bro.
God. Verse 5, they search out iniquities.
Mm-hmm.
They accomplish a diligent search.
Yep.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yes, both the inward thought of every one of them and in their heart is deep. So these devils actually did research. They actually, they know Jake better than Jake know themselves. They actually study Jake to see what make them shake, for the lack of better words, man. They study Jake to see what food that you eat that raise up your cholesterol. They study the music vibration, what type of beats that make your spirit rise up.
That's it.
They even experimented on things in Doritos, in Fagos, man. Different chemicals that make you go crazy from the inside out. But at the same time, these people want us to think that this devil loved us, bro.
That's it.
You got it, bro. You got some?
So going back to that Willie Lynch. No,
Come. You got it, bro. You got it.
It says according to the letter, the key to effective control over slaves was to pit them against each other based on various factors such as age, gender, skin tone, and skill level.
And that's why you got different coon niggas today, man. Even Jake to just you work on a job and he's basically a Sambo, telling on to everybody just so he can get massa happy. And again, it's not like there was just a new time thing. No, it was rent before times, rent for learning. This guy just came back in his same lot. And really, it's just because a lot of Jake is still traumatized from what happened back in their past life,
That's it.
You got it, bro. You could probably read this
you want me to jump?
this last paragraph right here, Lynch, and then we'll probably get to the quotes.
Let's see. It says Lynch proposed a systematic approach, advocating for the use of fear, mistrust, and discord among slaves. By exploiting divisions within the slave community, Lynch believed that slave owners could maintain control over their workforce without having to exert excessive authoritarian force.
Yes, because ultimately they was breaking them up just so they could control them better. You're going to have a nigga that snitch, a nigga that get everything right. Of course, it's going to be some rebels. But even before they rise up, the ones they have divided, they ultimately conquered it. And Esau know the scriptures too. That's why it says, if a house be divided, it cannot stand. Because even when you go into a lot of those times, there was guys like Nat Turner and plenty of other people that was rising up against Esau, and And they sent Willie Lynch to kind of calm that spirit down. You got it, bro.
Kind. It says, the letter suggests that slave owners should create a hierarchy within the enslaved population, with some slaves being elevated to positions of power and tasked with overseeing discipline and punishment of their fellow slaves. These tactics aim to create a sense of eternalized oppression and dependence among the enslaved, thus perpetuating their subjugating over generations.
Yeah, so this form of discipline and punishment and setting up one coon nigga over everybody, for lack of better words, it even affects us even until this very day. And this is one of the main reasons why Jake cannot join together. You know, again, we try, people say, yeah, Jake love the Lord, Jake have a zeal, but not a core of knowledge. But once you come to them with the truth and why these things happen, you have biblical information, historical information. The reason why they don't get it is because ultimately they're still defiled, or they're still affected from the things that was happening back then. Because let's say if it was a guy back then that was rebellious or whatever, didn't want to work or didn't want to be a guy that worked for the so-called white man, it was consequences behind it, man. And brothers know the history, butt breaking, the separation of families, cutting off your toes, cutting off your hands. And if you don't pick a certain amount of kind, it's a certain amount of lashes,
That's it. Hey, it's a heavy point you made about saying we can match these up with the prophecies pretty much, and what the prophecies that have been completed to the prophecies that we're going into. I got a precept as well, but the point being is there's proof within prophecy, and hey, Ezekiel 35:5,
beautiful,
because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Again, that perpetual hatred. It's been like you said, it's been generations after generations after generations, man, that you have had this hatred for the children of Israel. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So that cup is coming, Esau, Edom. All right. And all your constituents along with you that help you forward that affliction as well. Hey, it's coming to you as well. But you got it, bro.
And that's a beautiful point, because it says it had a perpetual hatred. That's an everlasting hatred, man. It's not like this guy calmed down over the years. Actually, the hatred got worse. They get decided better. Instead of them guys whipping you 40 times, the only thing they got to do is give you a couple fagos, a couple fings, and you will kill yourself, man.
That's it.
And I even know, yesterday down here in Birmingham, Alabama, niggas actually off themselves. 15 people just got knocked off. I think this weekend, in total, like 21 or 24 people got hit, man. And if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 6 died. You see? But if you ask the questions, yeah, that's black on black crime. But let's ask one of the questions: where do they get the weapons from? Who is AK-47? Who is Smith & Wesson? Who is Colt 45, man? Because all the line of wickedness actually goes back into Esau.
That's it. Winchester and Glock.
Yeah,
we don't own these factories. We don't produce these guns and mass, production. It goes back to the corporate, man.
That's it, bro. Hey, Papa Kwashai, got some real quick to back you up. This Obadiah 1 in verse 10. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
What the scriptures say? It said violence. Well, when we was taught, it was love. Oh, we love y'all now. No, the Lord said, because that violence against thy brother Jacob, you're going to be cut off forever, man. And again, going back to your point, that perpetual hate is an everlasting, and it just get worse, because it's something coming down the pipeline very soon, which is called Jacob's trouble in the scripture, that it's going to be a time like never before. And you think these people love you. You think these people gave you certain jobs and benefits. Going back to the Willie Lynch letter, like we bring it out, they pit one against another. You know, you got it though, brother.
Yep, kind. We could probably go back into the what
Yeah.
you call. Let's go and hit a couple of those numbers. If you don't see nothing, if you don't see nothing, what you call. Let's go and hit a couple of those numbers up.
Kind. What you want to start at one?
Yeah, start at one. Start at one.
Let's start at one. It says, take them. This is Willie Lynch quotes. 30 best Willie Lynch letter. Salaki. 30 best Willie Lynch letter. The making of a slave quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Take the meanest and most restless black person, inject them with the poison of self-doubt,
Mm-hmm.
self-hatred, and inferiority, and you have a docile and submissive slave.
And there's one thing that Esau want to take out of Jake, their confidence. You know, that's why even through the spirit, you know, certain things, the spirit James Brown came up that I'm black and I'm proud, you know, but at the same time, we're not, you know, but like about for years and decades, you know, it was what it's called, what's the word I'm looking for? It was a joke or a bad thing to have dark skin. You know, it was always the thing to have blonde hair and blue eyes. You're not pretty, man. Or you have a chisel cut, you know, a bald face and long brown hair, then you're handsome. You know, but again, one thing these devils use to conquer us is to take away our confidence. Instead of you loving yourself, Esau pushed the forth that you hate yourself. And to the point now, even Jake today, especially Benjamin known for this, Benjamin known for bleaching their skin. Because they think they're inferior if they're dark-skinned, man. Or they think they're ugly if they ain't light-skinned, you know? You got it, bro.
That's it. To add to your point, if you seen Beyonce over the years and another woman, Serena Williams, over the years, they actually bleaching their skin. You know, we all know about Michael Jackson, but you know, even in modern times these days, what we see is the blonde hair, wigs, and you know, over time you see it on the screen.
That's it, bro.
This is a sentiment towards that Willie Lynch letter, man.
God, look at that nigga Sammy Sosa, man.
God damn. Yeah, man.
But you got it, bro. Salah.
So going back to the number 2 quote, it says the breaking process of the African woman is twofold, both as a woman and as a black person.
Yes, read that one more time up.
It says the breaking process of the African woman is twofold, both as a woman and as a black person.
Yes, both as a woman and as a black person, because the black woman is actually the worst people to date now, man. One of the reasons why, because they have been pushed in the spirit, what's called feminism.
Feminism.
They have been pushed with that feminism before the 1960s, man. When you go into Auntie Mama, a lot of these madams that was cooking for Master back in the kitchen, Master made her feel special. And once she came out there with those other slaves, she was looking down on them, even if it was her baby's father or her brother or her cousin. She thinks she's valid just because she's working in the house with Master. And even today, you can deal with a bride, but the bitch thinks she's special because she know how to do taxes, man. You know? Showing you how wicked these people are. But one example for that, an example today, Sexy Red. Not only as a woman is she a disgrace to women, she a disgrace to Israelite women, man. Look how she paraded herself, man. And even if you look up this bride lyrics, one of her lyrics is talking about how her box stink, you know? Terrible, man. And that's why we can't wait until 2/3 of our people be cut off, because ain't nothing good can come from them, man. You know? But you got it, bro.
You want me to get that Deuteronomy 28 and 56, 57?
Yeah, go ahead and get that real quick.
Deuteronomy 28, 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Yes, that's the spirit, man. Because it says the woman that was once tender and delicate and among you. There was a once upon a time our women really cared about us, and even Apostle made this point. And I heard elders and other brothers made this point once before. Captivity would be much more easier if your women was in order, you know. But just because you have to come home and you leaving somewhere, but you coming home to a demon, and make the shit much worse, man. But it says her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. Somebody you supposed to be joined to the hip with. Now you hate him. It says, and toward her son, just because you had a bad day at work, now you coming back and bitching on your kids, man. And the only thing that a lot of Jake asked for is for you to just be a mother. A lot of these women don't even like being mothers anymore. They still like doing their own thing now. You know?
That's it.
You got it, bro.
Kind. And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of children even make it to that point now. Why? Because of Planned Parenthood. But even when you come into now in this 2024 generation, when these kids come out, all of a sudden it was born a male, but all of a sudden now it's a female. Because the mother always wanted the dollar, you know? I knew a bride like that. You got it.
That's it. It says, for she shall eat them for the want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates.
Yes, because you know that love that a mother have for her baby is totally gone away. And you're gonna see it made manifest, especially like the brother mentioned earlier in the time of Jacob's trouble. When there's no food out there, no need this bitch ain't gonna be looking to eat some grass or prayer. Lord willing, we find some potatoes and dig them up. The first thing she's gonna look at is her kids to eat, man.
That's it.
You're gonna see how much the nigger woman is a nigger woman in that day. But who do she get that spirit from? Esau Edom. Going back into that Willie Lynch dollar, man.
That's it.
You got it, bro.
And again, just going back to the Willie Lynch, that's the breaking process of not just the African woman, but the Israelite woman. You know, that's that twofold, man. You know, so going back down, number 3, it says, that's 4. I think you want to get 3 or you want to jump to 4. Okay. It says, how you got? It says, keep the slaves ignorant, for knowledge is power, and power is dangerous.
And that's heavy, man. That's why they want this truth to come out through the spirit. That's why when slaves, once you ring automatically, that's a death sentence, man. Because they knew once you knew who you are, it's over with. Papa Rashad, if you ain't got now, you can get that Hosea 4 and 6.
God.
You know?
That's the book of Hosea. 4 and 6. It reads, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children.
And that's the spirit, because our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge because of Esau. Guess who you could blame that to? The reason why you didn't know you was an Israelite, because Esau whooped your great granddaddy, and he beat the heritage out of him, man. And he got to a point where you came back in this time. We tell you about the truth. We try to give you the knowledge. We try to give you the understanding, but you reject it, man. And ultimately, you rejected back then. You didn't want to listen because it was certain men that was set up. Now, we don't know what happened back then. Lord willing, if we be a part of that number, we'll see the whole move. But back in the slave days, it was men prophesying during that time, man.
Yeah.
On certain plantations, man. And once they was prophesying, it was certain symbols that was basically causing division and trying to break up something that the Lord was building up, man. Baba Prashad, if you ain't got none, I'll get that Isaiah 60 and 1. Because they said knowledge is power, right?
Okay.
They knew once we had this truth and once we have this understanding, we was going to start to recognize and see who our enemy was. You know? You got it, bro.
Isaiah 60 and 1, arise, shine, for thy light is come. And the glory of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is risen upon thee.
And a part of the glory of Yahweh by Shema rising upon us is us having this understanding. You knowing about World War III. You knowing about Esau being blessed with the sword and how he have nuclear capabilities, man. You knowing about what the MOTB is, man. You know, you have the true understanding of Psalms, the 23rd chapter. That's a part of the glory of the Lord risen upon you.
That's it. That's the power.
You got it. Yeah, come. You got it, bro.
God. You want me to continue on?
Come.
It says, for behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Gross darkness the people.
And that's a part of Jake, not having that knowledge. Going back into that William Lynch, it says, keep the slaves ignorant. You're going to that word ignorant, it goes back into not to know, but one of those synonyms for ignorant is to be in the dark.
Yep, kind.
You got it?
But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
So right now, when the rest of our people are in the midst of gross darkness, the rest of our people are in the midst of death, roughly paraphrasing, the Lord have risen this truth upon us. That's why we're the biggest, that's why we're the enemy of the state now. Because we have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Shemi Shah.
That's it. That's it. I got something for you real quick.
You got it, bro.
Isaiah 59:15. Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. Yeah. So when you depart from evil, you make yourself a prey. And this is what they did not want. For us, for that light to shine upon the sons of Yashala, man, Israel. It says, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And again, knowledge is knowing. You knowing. Hey, we didn't know who Esau Edom was until it was revealed, to our apostles, our elders, so forth and so on, man. Now we understand. Now we understand is a systematic approach to holding us down. And Willie Lynch let her prove that severely. It's been a big blow. But again, it goes back to how about Shem Yahushua and us breaking that covenant, breaking those those laws, man, that we was given. And it was only given to us. And this is why we was put in the situation that we in this day. You got it, brother.
And that's a beautiful point because the Lord, he told us what it is in the Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, that there shall come a falling away first.
That's it.
We had to fall away from our heritage, but now we at the time that we're returning unto it. And that's a beautiful precept that you brought out, huh? Because again, as soon as you start claiming that you Yasharala, now you the bad guy. You know? Baba Kushai, you got some notes up?
Nah, that was it on that one.
Baba Kushai, get this last one, Revelation, the 11th chapter. 11 and 11. And we'll probably read a couple more of them.
Revelation 11. Where you want me to start at? 1?
Start at 11.
Revelation 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of the life from the Most High entered into them.
Yes, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Willie Lynch letter, they said it was going to last around, I forgot, it was a certain number of years, but you go into that 3.5 days, that is 350 years, if I'm not mistaken. You got it.
I think it was like, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 1,000 years, they say. I know they said a few generations. It lasts a long time, so don't quote me on it. It says, and they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yeah, right there it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High came unto them, and they stood upon their feet. A part of us standing up on our feet is us being, standing up for righteousness, man. Standing up for who we are and basically claiming our heritage once again. Because even once you go into the Willie Lynch letter, it's Salakia. When you go down to the, let me see, it's on down. It says you basically one of the things is to discontinue people from their heritage, man. So when it was 350 years, we were just being slaves and working for Esau, for the lack of better words. We didn't know who we was, but it was a time when Elder high priest Abibis came upon the scene, we returned back into our power. You know,
That's
you
it.
got to read that again. Huh?
Kind of. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Yes, it's in great fear fell upon them which saw them, man. So great fear fell upon these Edomites as soon as we start claiming our heritage. Here you go, right here, verse 23. It says, teach the slaves to hate themselves, their appearance, and everything associated with their African heritage. And we know that that's just a smoke screen that says African heritage, because a lot of it came from Fort Judah and Fort Levi and Fort Benjamin, man. From the western coast of Africa, man. So they had wanted us to discontinue from our heritage. But in Revelation the 11th chapter, it says that we was going to be joined back into our heritage, man.
That's it.
Showing you that the plans and wicked works of Esau is not prevailing, man. You know, we was down for a time. You know, we were separated from our power from a certain period of time, but now we're coming to the time we're returning back unto the Lord. Bob, I get Hosea 6:1.
Okay. It's the book of Hosea, chapter 6:1. Come and let us return unto the Lord. For he has torn and he will heal us. He has smitten and he will bind us up.
And that's beautiful. To come and let us return to the Lord, like you brought out earlier, he has torn us. Because the things we went through, the about all these went through is really because we against our power. Deuteronomy 20, the 15th chapter, it tells how if we mess up for the lack of battle, all this was going to be put upon us. It wasn't going to be forever. It's going to be a period of time. You got to read that again.
Okay. It says, come and let us return unto the Lord, for he has torn and he will heal us. He has smitten and he will bind us up.
Yes, he has smitten and he will bind us up. Ultimately, he has broken us down, beating us down to a pope, and ultimately, he's going to build back up into their righteous kingdom, the house of David once again. You got it, bro.
That's it, kind of. You want me to continue on?
Yeah, continuing on.
Kind of. It says, after 2 days will he revive us, and in the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight.
Yes, after 2 days he will revive us. It was going to be a period of time we was going to be lost. We was going to be under the spell of the willing lynch until the Lord revived us, brought that back to life, the breath of life back in us. It says, and we live in his sight. And a part of living is in this truth, and not having these different laws and hopes and things and stigmatisms that Esau put on us. Going away from that, you're acting evil against your brother. That's a part of the curses, man. And Esau accompanied to it, man. Dark skin versus light skin, Puerto Ricans versus blacks. Not knowing that we are all the same people, Yeah. But you got
Baba Kushai, can you go up to verse 8? 18. Quote 18 for me, Baba Kushai. Read that. Yeah, the Willie Lynch letter.
18. I got you.
18, because it's going. Yep.
I got you. It says, rob the slaves of their language, cultural practices, and spiritual belief to erase their sense of identity.
See, so not only did they beat it out of us, they also robbed us of it. The scripture says in Revelation, I know them that say they are Jews, but they are not. But they are the synagogue of Satan. They took everything from us. And now we're rising back up on our feet through the spirit and powers of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And now they're afraid, they're terrified. They don't know how it happened. But you got it, brother. I just want to get that.
That's a huge point, man. Because again, Esau, the biggest, culture vulture upon the planet Earth.
That's it. That's it.
He stole the land of Gad and Reuben, and all of a sudden, a couple years down the line, now he's in the museum depicting as Gad, man.
Kind.
think that's pretty much it on that. Brothers, we gonna come back and revisit it once again, but Lord willing, we pray that this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh, Bahasham, Rakwadash.
Rakadash.
We want to give double honors to our apostle and elders, great millstone. Brothers, keep fighting and enduring to the end. Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Soon.